What do we see, Chris?
Well, Tom, we went and saw A Quiet Place, and it was written and directed by John Krasinski.
And you might know John Krasinski from Office fame, the US Office.
The US Office as Jim Halpert.
Yeah, and it's such like, it's honestly like when I heard this was his, I think, yeah, we looked at his second movie.
Yeah, third maybe.
Third,
yeah.
But he mostly just did like comedies and like easy off. But this is like him helming like a legit horror thriller was such a weird thing to kind of comprehend. And I was like, nah, like what? No, different dude.
Yeah,
different dude.
It's got to be a different
Jim
guy.
from
It's
the
not
Office.
Jim from the Office.
Where's Pam? Where's Pam? Is Pam in this? Pam in this thing?
But speaking of which, it does also star his real life wife.
Yes.
Emily Blunt.
Who's amazing. I'm a huge fan of Emily Blunt, all the stuff, a big fan of Looper, Adjustment Bureau, that kind of stuff. She does some really good stuff. It's so refreshing to have another really cool, well done, tense horror movie.
Yeah.
And it's not like an R-rated horror movie either.
No.
It's I'm pretty sure, actually I didn't even look at the rating, but I'm pretty sure it was like M.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I can't imagine it was anything higher than that.
There's some frightening shit. There's some frightening shit in this movie that will freak you out. But like it's not overly done. It's really well balanced.
Yeah. There's not a lot of gore.
No.
There's a few bits, maybe just here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall it's like more that
There's a
tension.
lot of like
Yeah. Just holding your breath, just seeing what will happen. It's crazy, yeah.
So guys, this movie is it's set in pretty much current day.
Yeah, it's like maybe 2020?
Yes, right, you're right.
2020, 2021.
Yeah, and we don't really know what's happened, but all we know is that most of humanity's kind of been wiped out, and the planet is, or so far America, is roamed with monsters that have acute hearing and attack just using sound.
Yeah.
The remaining humans that are populating the area, they have learnt to live without making much noise. They use sign.
Lots of good tricks.
Lots of good tricks, like walking on sand, barefoot. Just really, really intuitive stuff that I'd be like, man, I would never have thought of that. It teaches them to kind of live as a family and to not be able to talk and kind of rely on facial expressions, emotions, that kind of thing. It's amazing how much of a simple look can convey so much.
So much. Yeah, and all the facials in this just perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So it's literally just following this family, husband and wife and 3 kids. It's their story on survival. It's really intimate. It's not a big worldwide kind of story.
Which one thing I like about it is that you don't know what's kind of going on in the world, where the people are. Are there people left? Are they all hiding?
Yeah,
are they all dead? It's very... It's unknown.
The only kind of exposition you get is kind of newspaper clippings and the odd bits of stuff like that. And I really appreciate that, just not having to dumb down and be like, oof, happened. Or like, imagine just like a text crawl at the front.
Yeah.
This happens. Like, no, just it chucks us straight into it.
Exactly where it was perfect.
Yeah. And one thing I just really, really appreciated about this film was the use of just the sound design. Like, when you watch a movie, I think you rely so much on like the dialogue, the music. With this one, it's all like atmospheric sounds, so like rustling of leaves, wind, creakiness, doors, all that kind of footsteps.
And all those sounds, you're drawn to them. They enhance them or whatever, like whether someone's they've touched like a metal object or something and you just hear that little jangle.
Yeah.
And everything's just...
And so when you're watching the movie, I was super self-conscious when I was eating popcorn and hearing Chris drink his Coke. And it made this real high-pitched like... And like even the people you sit next to, you're more aware of the sounds around you, which is very sweet.
I mean, the fact that watching a movie like this can make you feel that aware and self-conscious because of the way the film is amazing.
Terrific, yeah.
Having to feel like that in the cinema, almost putting you in the place of the characters, obviously a completely different scenario, but you feel like you're in that shit.
And even when people did speak, the dialogue wasn't wasted. Like they didn't need the dialogue to be like super expositional or something. It was like normal, natural things people would say in that situation.
All right, so the performances in this film, obviously our 2 leads, we got John Krasinski and Emily Blunt.
Terrific.
I thought they were both amazing. Like Emily Blunt, just of the last 5 years or so, is just really shining brightly. And in this, she's terrific. Outstanding again. Yeah,
and she has to go through some really horrific stuff in this movie just to push herself. I
see what you did there.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Signal, Tom. I felt everything they felt. And John Krasinski playing the husband and father, like he felt exactly like a father should. Yeah. Like the way
he always looked like he was scared but then trying the best like he could, and he just wants to protect his family, and there's just always this fighting urge between being scared and then kind of being brave.
Trying to protect his children and his wife, and being that figure. Yeah, but being in this frightening environment was
the Jim face he uses in The Office almost translates beautifully in this movie, where he's just like, you know, like
without the smirk,
the smirk, yeah. Technically, this movie looks amazing. Hey, like it
sure does.
It comes off like the film was directed by a seasoned professional. It almost had like a Hitchcockian sense of suspense to it. Like it was so pro done. I was like, man, I felt like taking out a notepad and just making notes.
Yeah, it's that kind of film.
I was like, oh, we did that. That was great. Yeah. Like just the cinematography along with the editing, the sound design. It's just so. It's a beautiful marriage of all of them, and beautiful camera movements. And there was a lot of like really nice symmetrical shots and that kind of stuff. And
now, if I can just touch on the actual creatures themselves, I was really like pleased with the way they looked.
Yes,
there was something like they weren't a completely original looking beast. But certain features were really cool, like just their faces and the way,
I like the
hair.
The feet. I like the feet.
Oh yeah, they got these little
pincer.
Yeah, what do you? I don't know. Yeah, I guess the pincer type claw things. Yeah, really cool.
They almost look like a note out of Resident Evils. You know, the big monster guy. With
right. They were like it was kind of like a mishmash of different types of monsters.
It was cool.
Yeah, but felt fresh and new.
It was great, and they were not one of those monsters that they show a lot. It's always showed through like shadows or movement, noise. The hands, just like parts of the body.
They looked and felt real.
They did, and they were generally frightening because you don't really see them coming, and that's the kind of the point. So when they do make an entrance, you feel it.
You feel it everywhere.
And I'm not ashamed to say that I screamed like a high-pitched nun.
Can vouch for that. What's great about this film as well is that like once they sort of have their first encounter with the creatures, it hits that turning point, and it's just kind of relentless from then on.
Dude, it doesn't stop.
There's just set piece after set piece of these tense, scary, frightening moments.
It doesn't let you breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's right. It's not relentless to the fact like a Michael Bay movie.
No,
it's
not that kind of idiot. Not punching you in the face.
It's just like it just builds and builds and it builds and it just keeps going and it's just like, and you're just like, wow, this film is holding up. Pace and tension wise. Yeah,
I think you brought it up last night that it's very similar to Get Out, and that it has that same kind of feel where it hits a point, and then it's just like hardcore from then on. It just doesn't stop. Are you serious right now, Siri?
Siri, I've already seen
Siri.
Get Out. Sorry, guys. Siri. No, I don't want you to delete it. God damn it.
Oh, you know Taylor's going to put that in the edit as well.
Sorry. Overall, guys, I really, really loved this film. It was super refreshing, and I love horror, I love thriller, and I love when something's done differently. You know? It's not your Insidious, it's not your Conjuring, it's not your Paranormal Activities, it's a good creature feature. It's a bit of a creature feature, and it's so masterfully directed, performed, put together. Everyone was on their A game for this flick, and it shows because the audience reacted beautifully to it. I think even if you're not a horror fan or you scare easy, I think you could still relatively enjoy this film.
For sure.
I think you appreciate it from a whole bunch of different levels, whether it's a story about the characters and the family, or like the situation they're in, and even just from the scenery, the scenic kind of stuff. Just go out anywhere crazy. It's again a very contained movie, and I think they keep the budget down. Therefore, I think it just works out really well. I really, really like this film. I highly recommend you go out and see it. Take some friends, have a blast. Be careful what you choose to eat. Don't be bringing like crunchy M&Ms,
have marshmallows.
Yeah, marshmallows. Don't be bringing nachos into it. And just maybe don't drink out of a straw. Maybe just do some of that. Because otherwise,
minus the tongue action.
Minus the tongue action, or maybe some tongue action. You don't know what happened. So I highly recommend this movie again, guys. Please go see it. And I'm going to end on a very high 9 out of 10.
Oh, mate.
Yes.
Mate.
Yes.
Perfect. I absolutely agree with pretty much everything you've said then. I really felt like it was just like a masterclass in tension.
Yes.
And
yes.
I just felt everything.
Yes,
I was
dude.
on the edge of my seat. My heart was going. I was holding my breath.
Yeah.
It had me feeling exactly how I wanted to feel.
Totally.
Based on the trailer alone.
And the trailer didn't give anything away, and the trailer wasn't full of shit.
Exactly.
And it was a perfect. Goddamn.
Yeah, from the trailer, I went, I'm gonna love this film. I'm pretty sure of it.
Yeah.
And I absolutely did. It's amazing. Yeah, it's like you said, it's a great horror, and it's just one of the most tense things I've ever sat through.
It's a nice addition to the genre.
Absolutely. There's only one little thing really that grinded my gears a little bit, which is just at the end. No.
Okay, right. Fucking kids, man.
No, the kids were great. Really like the kids. Just the very end. Like shot basically.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
We talked about this at the end. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. But I just went, come on. I can't tell you what it is. But I just went, But that aside, though, I actually am also going to give this film a 9 out of 10.
Get out of here! Are you serious?
It's bloody tops.
It is.
I love it.
It's a bloody tops film. Alright guys, thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate your time and effort and or clicking the buttons. Please go out and see this film and
definitely go see it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good night at the movies. Please check out our other stuff. We had some top 5s, some reviews, some skits, some older stuff. We've got Adam's stuff, we've got my stuff, we've got Taylor's stuff, we've got all that kind of stuff. And check it out.
Stuff.
I know you guys only watch the shit for Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, when I see it.